All right, the Padres, they get the shutout win over the Miami Marlins 4-0. They are 2 games over 500 for the first time, I believe, since mid-April. I was listening to Sammy Levitt on the pregame show, and I believe that's what he said. What a night. Matt Waldron, Jeremiah Estrada, we'll get to those two guys, but Jurickson Profar coming through. 3 runs driven in from him. Donovan Solano drove in a run. Credit to Manny for stealing second, by the way, right before. Donnie Barrels got one down the left field line. But it was great to see Pro take one deep into center and just put the ball in play with that third RBI that he had on the night. And that's what's happened with this Padres team is you put the ball in play, as we've seen this year, good things can happen. I mean, we've seen it multiple times already here just in this Miami Marlins series. So that was good. Something else that I wanted to mention, Fernando, he is trying to find some things at the plate with his load pre-swing. It's looked a little bit different. Yesterday, it looked different than what today looked like. Today, it looked more like, okay, he's relaxed. It looked more fluid. Hopefully, he sticks with this. It reminded me more of 2021 and how that looked when he's taking Tony Gonsolin out of Dodger Stadium. It looked more like that. Where yesterday, and I was at a couple of the Yankees games, so I didn't see it, with that camera angle from center field. But it just seemed like he was tense. Like he was here and then he'd stop and freeze and wait for the pitcher to start to deliver before he would take a step. And I feel like that's just going to make him tight. And I'm not a hitting coach, obviously, but I don't think that you're going to get as much success as if it's all constant, fluid, is what I meant to say. If it's more fluid and relaxed. So Nando, we saw him smile today, which was good. And hopefully him and Manny can really start to get it going here. Manny actually, I believe, I saw something in AC's newsletter today, I think, about Manny actually doing better in terms of average over the last about week or so. So hopefully, you know, we can start really seeing that in the numbers. And then Profar, his batting average has dropped recently, but today with the bounce back game like that, he's been so big. Where would the Padres be without Jurickson Profar? Obviously, right? And then Waldron, I mean, Peralta as well, inning, no runs. Good job out of him. Has a 2.82 ERA this year, so I don't think I should just skip over him. But I mean, if we're being honest, what's the two main stories of this game? It's Waldron and it's Estrada. Waldron, over his last 4 starts, has been pretty darn incredible. Considering he is the 5 starter, considering 2 of those outings have been against the Dodgers and the Atlanta Braves. Tonight goes 7 innings, gives up no runs. He threw the knuckleball over 50% of the time. He was feeling it. It was so nasty that Higgy couldn't catch all of them, and foul balls were being called when it was a swing and a miss. He's just been nasty. And if you saw, there was one point in this game where I think he had thrown 33 strikes and only 8 balls. Like, tremendous. He was so good today. Those knuckleballs, 8 strikeouts, all of them on the knuckleball. And as Tony Gwynn Jr. pointed out on the broadcast, those pitches were down in the strike zone. When it's up, that's probably trouble for the most part, unless you get a guy big hack swinging under it. But with Waldron down in the zone like that, it's going to give you success, and that's what we saw from Waldron tonight. Great job. No walks. That's another thing. Anyone that knows me, I love looking at how many walks a starter had, how many free passes. And you're not going to be giving free passes out. You're probably going to have more success in Waldron going 7 innings tonight from your 5 starter. I don't care if it's the Marlins. I really don't. Like, that's super impressive. And why I also don't really care that it's the Marlins is because he has that sample size going into this where he's pitched well in the 3 outings before this. And he gave up 2 earned runs only against the Dodgers, gave up 1 earned run against the Braves. So those outings, by the way, he didn't go 6, 7 innings, but as the 5 starter, I don't think the Padres need him to go 7 innings like he did tonight every time out. What they need from him is a quality start. If it's not 6 innings, but still quality start in terms of earned runs. 3 earned runs or less, preferably 2. Keep the Padres in the game, and he did more than that tonight. So credit to Matt Waldron. The curveball, the breaking ball was working tonight as well. So loved watching him pitch. And then Jeremiah frickin' Estrada. I think it's a major league record, 13 consecutive strikeouts. He came in tonight, 10 straight strikeouts. He struck out 11, getting, who was that? Sanchez on, I want to say it was a splitter, either a splitter or a changeup. Nasty, 86 miles per hour, way off the strikes, way off the plate, way out of the strike zone, but it just had so much movement to it. So nasty. That was tied with what? Who was it? Hector Neris? Who was it? I don't think it was Neris. It was a Philly who had that record. And then he got 12 straight strikeouts on a pitch that was, again, way out of the zone. Jake Berger, way out of the zone. And you have to protect. You're sitting there 1-2. Don't know what he could go 98 on you. He could go 91 way out of the zone. You just don't know. And so you're in panic mode up there at the plate, probably. And we could see that from these Marlins hitters tonight. And then with Nick Gordon up at the plate, 13 consecutive strikeouts. I have all the videos, all the strikeouts on my social media page at Talking Friars on Twitter. I believe I don't think I posted the second strikeout tonight, but I posted the first and third on Instagram. I just don't want to get demonetized from this video tonight. So that's why I'm not playing them here. Because the last time I played a video, I got demonetized on it. But he has been so impressive. The 13 consecutive strikeout against Nick Gordon. Again, out of the zone. None of these strikeouts were pitches inside the zone. He's just that nasty. That splitter, I believe, is what that pitch was there to end the game with Higgy behind the plate. And the Padres win 4-0. When you have Robert Suarez probably able to pitch in today's game because he threw back-to-back days, it would have been 3 days in a row. It is so nice to have the luxury to go to Jeremiah Estrada, someone who is pitching better than Robert Suarez is right now. Suarez gave up a homer the other day. So it's been so fun to watch this guy. And we got to give props, major props to AJ Preller. This guy was a waiver claim. He had a 6+ ERA with the Cubs, multiple arm injuries that sidelined him for a long period of time. He was drafted almost 200th in the draft. I think it was 6th round. And now he is here. And could he go to the All-Star game? I don't know. When you have 13 consecutive strikeouts, and I think tonight, because he set that record, I think that the baseball world knows who Jeremiah Estrada is now. And he's going to be on Pitching Ninja probably, definitely tonight, but probably consistently. He's going to be brought up on MLB Network. He'll probably get some national interview. And it's just one of those really cool signings. I mean, you have no Josh Hader. He leaves, but you have Jeremiah Estrada to come in. And you have Robert Suarez as the closer, who, by the way, isn't making $100 million. He's making less than half that. So, Padres, they've got a good bullpen situation right now. It's not just those two guys either. There's other guys that have contributed, and the bullpen really as a whole is pitching well. I mean, we're seeing positive things from Adrian Morejon, which we've been begging for, right? So, I think this was a really positive night. Estrada continues to be insane. I'm literally laughing, sitting there on the couch watching that 9th inning, laughing at him striking out these guys, how ridiculous these batters look. It's amazing. It's freaking amazing what we're watching.